was that all about? Hello, my name's Chris Quinlan. How's everyone today? I might go to camera uno. Hello. What I'm doing here is, of course, I'm doing a whole series of shows on melody. In past episodes, melody, harmony and rhythm, but really keeping an eye on being melodic at all times, even down to the most basic of rock beats. You know, if you're going to sit there and just sort of do... So even if I'm doing this, if I keep basic rock beat, I'm working with the sounds that I've got. Now, I've just launched into this, as you can see, but I'm working with my little snare drum here. It's actually a 12-inch snare drum, letting it ring. I've got a 20-inch bass drum on this side. Some very clean and crisp hi-hats, which are 13-inch. And then what I'm doing is adding in various things to make it a little bit more what I call progressive, loosely, in the sense that when you get a song, okay, and you've got the melody to a song, okay, you can have a groove song where it's just the beat. Get on up, yeah, get on up. James Brown is a classic, you know, that kind of thing. Great groove songs where you've just got the one beat all the way through and you can't not dance to it, you know, that kind of stuff. Then you have what I call sectioned songs, where you might have a normal rock beat in the verse. I'm making it a bit funky, but I'll keep it straight. Like that. And then when you get to the chorus, back to the normal beat for the second verse. So the Beatles are great for that, like different things like, or a song that I actually like to teach for those sections, which is great, is a classic Beatles song from the 60s called We Can Work It Out. Where you've got, it starts off with a normal rock beat, then it goes into what we call a soul beat, then it's got a soul beat with a 4 on the floor bass drum, and there's even a waltz beat thrown in, and then the whole section happens again and all sorts of stuff. So it's sectioned. And then the third kind of beat that you can have is what I loosely call a progressive beat, and what that means is where you tailor-make the groove and the beat to the specific melody or riff or whatever it is, you know, that to the song. So an idea of your progressive kind of beats and stuff is obviously these days Metallica, things like that. Going back to the progressive rock groups of the 70s, let's say, where you've got Jethro Tull and, you know, yes, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. These are the bands that influenced I should mention King Crimson as well. These are the bands that influenced Tool, Metallica again, you know, things like that. And what happens is that when you get a progressive beat, you're locking in with the guitar line, you know, that kind of thing. So what happens is that you might have a beat. Now that could be with the guitar. So you could have boom ta boom ba da do boom, or the bass line boom ta boom to ba do ba ba dum ba da do da ba da do da ba da da ba ba da 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 bum ba dum ba da bum bum pardon my bad singing, but basically what goes on is that you can start to get a really locked-in kind of thing. I mean, Frank Zappa is incredibly famous for that sort of thing, where he'd have the whole group play this line. So obviously, when you have the typical fill-in, it's not just a fill-in anymore. So that's quite interesting to try and get, because it means a lot of extra practice, and it sorts the wheat from the chaff. Rush is another band, a great old progressive rock band that does things like that, where they've got intricate lines and everyone's playing them, you know, that kind of thing. It requires a great degree of skill. You have to be really tight, and you have to work together like a footy team, you know, that sort of stuff, to really get you, the teamwork right and all that. It's not just, oh, here's a fill-in, I'll just play anything I want. There's times for that too, don't worry. But the main thing about this is being melodic. Some of the most intricate fill-ins a drummer can do is simply following the melody. Okay, one of my favourite drummers is a chap who doesn't get his name mentioned very often, but John Bonham, the legendary drummer of Led Zeppelin, called him the best drummer to come out of England. Okay, Barrymore Barlow, who was the drummer for Jethro Tull around about 71 to 79. And you've got some incredible albums like Thick as a Brick, Passion Play, Songs from the Wood, Heavy Horses, those kinds of albums. The drumming on that is simply amazing for just melodic, beautiful playing. A lot of people might think he's almost overplaying sometimes, but that was common in the 70s. Everyone did. Anyway, I hope you get something out of that. Essentially, that's what my show is about tonight. And what I'm going to do after the break is start to bring melodic ideas into things that we practice every day. Okay?